Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly.
Hello, Steve. Hello, Larson. It's me, Dexter Lumis, NXT Superstar. So here's my shout out to the Going In Raw podcast. Clever name.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, available wherever podcasts can be found. And of course, filmed live at the Twitch at twitch.tv/Steve and Larson. I was going to say something and it just completely vanished. Oh, the draft. We did our own WWE mock draft. The draft is coming up. The video part 1, round 1 is
part 1 because it's first 10 rounds
is up now and on the line on a pay-per-view by pay-per-view basis. So we've got
trophy.
We've got Big Red, which I need to come by and get. That's for predictions. But we'll be doing a running tally for our draft picks. I'm SmackDown, Larson's Raw. And on a pay-per-view basis, depending on who's up in points, they will be the holder of the Going In Raw Cup, which I need to put the cup on it.
There you go.
I need to get the actual cup.
There actually needs to be a cup on there before.
But you've got, this is the old thing that we did for getting a lot of subs, and then this, I super glued this.
Do we have another copy of that game? Because I don't want to use the only copy of that game we have and have it be super glued on there.
When do you think it's likely the next time we're going to be getting together will be?
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's a good game to have on hand.
We have like 3 copies of it.
All right, I just want to make sure.
We have plenty. Plus, it's probably like $5 on eBay. Plus, honestly, like instead of this game, we just need to be playing Virtual Pro Wrestling 2.
That's true, because it's got Minoru Suzuki in it.
Same game, better roster.
You have yet to beat me when I play as Minoru Suzuki.
So, still no update on... Well, we have an update from Finn Balor.
Yeah. Apparently his jaw's broken a couple places, but he's not going to vacate.
Right. So
but
that's good news.
During the show, the doctor says something like, yeah, once the swelling goes down, we'll have a better idea of something or another.
Okay.
But I guess the more long-lasting injury is the one that was suffered last night when Ridge Holland, after getting hit with a plancha from Oni Lorcan, I don't think there's any confirmation officially, but based on what happened and the fact they put an air cast on him, I'm guessing he broke his leg. Because what it looked like is he was moving in position to catch Oni, and his left foot wasn't planted.
Yeah.
He was kind of on his outside of his foot, and so when he absorbs Oni's contact, I think it probably snapped his leg.
This was really horrifying, and I'm actually kind of shocked that they showed 2 replays of it.
I know.
Because this was ugly. It wasn't Kevin Ware ugly, but it was pretty damn ugly. And this dude just started screaming out in agony, which just made it all the worse. I mean, he's a big tough dude. He played a lot of rugby and stuff, but this is no joke. This is messed up, and this looks like it hurt really bad.
Yeah.
I feel really bad for Ridge Holland. It was obvious they had big plans for him earlier in the show. The Undisputed Era cut a promo. Adam Cole is going to be coming after this guy. You can't help but feel for the guy. Hopefully he'll be back, but man, I mean, hopefully he does some, I don't know, more fundamentals training or something, because this should have been avoided, and Gargano got dumped on Gargano literally could have been paralyzed during a spot with Ridge Holland.
So TMZ has a still here of the moment you can see his ankle breaking.
Yeah, I know, it's completely behind him.
Oof.
Yeah, it's horrible. I saw it yesterday. I was like, oh God. So yeah, man, I don't know what to say. Like, there was a really scary moment with Gargano, and then this happens. Hopefully he comes back, and hopefully they figure things out so this kind of stuff doesn't happen in the future. So yeah, after that, I'm sorry, not after that. But otherwise, yeah, we had Ember Moon came back in her first match back in a very long time, in a tag match. And man, I missed her. I really did.
She's so dang good.
She's so crisp. Her strikes are so perfect. That eclipse is so beautiful. And I love that they gave us a couple of slow-mo shots of that afterwards. So that was good. I thought her promo was decent. I still think that, I'm glad that they're getting away from, I think that it's obvious they've gotten away from, is she like girl next door or werewolf or both? She just seems to be sort of like a modified version of herself.
Yeah, I think they're just letting her be herself.
It's what it seems like, and I think that's probably the smart way to go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I thought the episode was decent. There were plenty of things happening. I like the Gargano stuff. Yeah, actually, when I say that there's
a question I have is, when are we going to get matching sweatsuits?
I know, that was cool. Are we going to put Power Couple on the backs of them?
No, I'll put Shit Twins on the back.
Oh, okay, cool. That's good. I like that. Yeah, now that I say that, plenty of stuff happened. Like, kind of not, really not a lot happened.
We thought
night.
Velveteen Dream was written off, and then he shows up with a cast on his arm because kayfabe broke his arm.
Yeah.
So there's that.
He was made out to look like a chump again. Yeah, I guess we can just go. There was no huge big thing.
No, there's no
happened.
Huge story beats. No.
Yeah, but there was some fun stuff going on. It kicked off with Tommaso Ciampa versus Kushida.
Really good match too.
Managed to put together just a really, really stellar match. Unfortunately, they gave Ciampa the DQ win here when the Velveteen Dream went up to the top, and I thought it looked like he gave the double axe handle to both of them. But evidently, the refs seem to think that just came down on Kushida.
It looked like Kushida got out of the way and Ciampa ate it. That's
what is that what happened? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what it looked like to me. And then Kushida beats the hell out of Dream some more, sends him over the barricade. Really fun match. Of course, Kushida going after Ciampa's arm, Ciampa going after Kushida's head and neck.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fun match, and Kushida locked
Ciampa kicking Kushida out of that handspring was pretty great.
That was great.
Kicking his head on the handspring. I love that.
That was great.
Bit.
So Kushida at the end locks into hoverboard lock, and Velveteen Dream when he comes in and drops the axe handle on Ciampa.
Kind of figured they'd do a wonk finish on that one, given how big both those names are.
I know. I wonder if they're going to do anything with Ciampa ever.
Yeah, that's a good question. They maybe Jake Atlas should have shown up again. They could have done that again. I don't know. That's a good. I don't know. Maybe they'll put him with. No, I don't know. Now Adam Cole needs something to do.
I know it feels like there's a lot of people, because I guess the idea, historically speaking, is you're in NXT for a bit, you get your run with the title or not, but once that culminates, you're onward and upward.
Who is the longest
the case now? So.
Who is the long? You're right. We are kind of in uncharted territory.
And I wonder. Sorry, before you ask the question, I wonder if NXT is still trying to find ways to craft creative for people who have already kind of reached the summit of the company. What to do next?
So we've got three names: Cole, Ciampa, Gargano.
Yeah,
they have been there forever. Gargano really should be Mr. NXT for he should be like the Tommy Dreamer of NXT.
Yeah.
Ciampa, honestly, the way Ciampa looks, everything about him. I know he said in the past that he wouldn't want to do that, but I wonder if things have changed because there's not going to be house shows anymore, and all he has to do is go to Thunderdome or wherever they're going to be going. Mm-hmm. If they have an easier schedule, Ciampa really should go to main roster.
Mm-hmm.
He really, who wouldn't want to see Ciampa versus Randy Orton? That would be fantastic stuff.
I know.
And then Undisputed Era, obviously Adam Cole. You don't want to keep him in NXT. But yeah, it does seem like they will face a test in terms of, can they keep these characters compelling? I think they've done a great job with Gargano. Jury is still out, obviously, on Ciampa because of what you just said. They haven't had anything for him since he came back. And then Adam Cole, he obviously he was going to do this thing with Ridge Holland. They were probably using Cole to get Ridge Holland over to a bigger degree because they really seem to like him.
We also got Austin Theory again calling out Adam Cole after his first match tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Or last night, sorry. So I don't know if they could pivot to that.
Yeah.
Although Adam Cole kind of wiped the mat with Austin Theory.
He did, and also, they could pivot to that. I hope they don't.
Me too. So,
yeah. Anyways, after that match, we had an Ember Moon promo. She said, it's been a while. She's like, I'm shocked they actually let me talk, referencing her, time on main roster where she really didn't do anything. Yeah. Said, I've been in isolation for 14 months and a lot of things have changed. She said, I drove miles and miles and miles and found clarity. And she said, I know this is corny, but I found out who I am. Ember's Law. That means no one's going to walk over me, and I can do what I want because I'm Ember Moon, damn it. Yeah. Mama wants some gold.
Yeah, one thing stays the same. Mama wants some gold. This brings out Io. And as she hits the ring, Rhea Ripley walks to the stage. And she says, Ember, I love your new attitude. And yeah, you deserve a title shot. Dakota Kai, Raquel, Gonzales attack her. Ember runs up to join the fight. Io just stays in the ring. Regal comes out, makes a tag match between Kai, Raquel. They'll take on Ember and Rhea Ripley. That'll be our main event.
I like that during that particular sequence, Io Shirai seemingly just quantum leaped out. We do see her in the next segment, or the next segment. But after that, we had Drake Maverick arriving at the Performance Center. He's asked by the interviewer, hey, what's going on with you and Killian Dain? He's like, big things are in the pipeline. We've got this tag team. We've been communicating about this. And Dain was like, dude, we're not a team. That's not happening. Mm-hmm. And Drake was like, nah, man, we totally are. We have a match against Everrise tonight. And Killian Dain is pissed, but not seemingly quite as. But I like that they're giving him a little bit of like, hey, this guy's an actual person as opposed to just a brute.
I know.
With not a lot of dimension.
Especially during the match, the dimension that Dain added to his character was actually pretty exceptional.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I thought he was, like Drake was doing his thing, and that's funny. But if Dain's reactions were off, it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah,
I think it really worked because Killian Dain was like hitting all his beats perfectly. But anyway, like Drake was really pushing, hey, I got new theme music for us.
Mm-hmm.
So you knew that was going to be something. We get a brief Halloween Havoc promo, then Io Shirai interview. She's asked, why didn't you join the fight? And she said, it's not
Ember
her problem.
Moon is not my problem. Rhea Ripley is not my problem.
This title is my problem.
The title's my problem. After that, we had an Undisputed Era promo. They're sort of pumping Kyle up a little bit. But Adam Cole is still firmly in the middle, wearing sunglasses inside.
Because he has a shiner.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, and he mentions that Ridge Holland broke my ribs, and he says, "But now you're a dead man." Well, that's not going to happen anymore, Cole.
Not for about 8 months, probably.
When is this NXT is taped? Is it taped day of? It's not live.
Think so.
I mean, why wouldn't they have just gotten rid of this promo if they knew that? I mean, maybe they were just low on time or something. They were like, hey, we don't want to hide. Because, what's happening in Ridge Holland. His leg, he's going to be out for a long time.
Hold on. Keep talking. Let me look and see if the live overlay was on.
Okay. I didn't notice it, but
I noticed it on Dynamite last night. But
yeah, I always notice it on Dynamite. I don't think I noticed it on NXT. Anyways, let's see here. After that, we had Everrise versus Killian Dain. And Drake Maverick.
Killian Dain was so good.
Dude, the theme music was hilarious.
It was pretty funny.
It was hilarious. It was like really light poppy music.
With whistling.
With whistling. And Drake Maverick was doing a ridiculous dance to it. It was pretty good stuff. Like, as soon as they come out, Killian Dain's like, cut that music, no. Yeah. And they cut the music for him. They're like, okay, fine. So anyways, this is a standard sort of comedy thing that you'd expect from them, but Killian Dain was really good, and he didn't overdo anything. Drake Maverick is basically trying to warm over Killian Dain. So basically they show up. Dain wants nothing to do with it, so he just throws Drake into the ring.
I mean to interrupt, but apparently this was live last night.
Really?
Lower right says NXT Live. So
okay, all right. No, it probably was then, huh?
At least the main event
says
live. Nope, that's during the Shotzi match too. Yeah.
Wow.
Must have been live last night.
Okay, yeah. Chill or Chili? Chill says the live logo was on the screen. Okay, I didn't notice it. Interesting. I guess that does make sense because they got the Thunderdome crowd. They got the Capitol Wrestling crowd now, huh? Okay. So, anyways, yeah. Wow, they did a really good job with the TV direction on Ridge's injury then, because they did, as soon as that happened, the cameras just went straight to Oni and it did not go back.
I know. Well, I think once they realized that the rest had tackled Oni off and threw up the X, maybe someone back, because all the mics.
That was immediate. That was immediate.
Earpieces and stuff.
Yeah,
so I'm sure
it was pretty impressive. There was one annoying bit of TV direction later on, but they sort of fixed it. Anyways, So anyways, Killian Dain tags in Drake on the hand, hurts Drake's hand doing it at the beginning of the match. This is funny stuff. Drake gets isolated. Dain just comes in, pushes Everrise. I don't know their names. Pushes one of the Everrise.
Matt Martel and something Parker.
Don't know the difference between the two of them, so I just refer to them as Everrise. He drags Drake by the hair over to his corner, tags himself in, destroys everybody. He goes up for like a Vader bomb, and Drake blind tags in because he was nursing his injury on the apron. But then he sees him there in the corner, Dain in the corner, blind tags himself in. This pisses off Dain. Everrise pushes Drake into him, and then goes for a roll up on Drake. Dain gets pissed off about this, kicks Everrise off Drake, power bombs Drake onto the Everrise guy, getting them the pin and the win. Drake starts cheering and dancing around and starts doing that ridiculous dance. And Dain just gives him one of those amazing right hands.
Oh, great.
Then he starts to leave. He feels guilty.
Great.
He feels guilty. They got to win. So he's like, ugh, okay. Goes back over to Drake, drapes him over his shoulder as they're leaving. Drake's still selling the punch, sort of looks up and he's all happy and stuff because like, hey, I got my partner here.
Yeah.
And then he goes back to selling.
It was pretty well done. It was actually really well done. I was entertained by that quite a bit.
This is the kind of stuff that's like necessary for Dain. It has kind of like a Team Hell No feel to it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. After that, we had a Toni Storm video package about her return. She had to go to Cancun about 3 weeks ago. She said to kind of get her head right and get prepared to come back to NXT.
Yeah, she said this Toni is going to be nothing like you've ever seen before. I kind of don't believe that it's probably going to be the same Toni Storm we've seen before. It's Toni time.
Yeah, after that we had the Garganos. They're outside. They're walking their dog. They got matching sweatsuits. They talked about how much Sunday sucked. It was supposed to be the best night of their lives, but it wasn't. But hey, they deserve rematches. Destiny will not be denied. And kind of punctuates that, saying, yeah, things definitely need to change. They walk up to their porch, and there's a brand new 70-inch TV just sitting there. And it's from Indy Hartwell.
Yeah, that's nice.
And at first, Johnny's pretty dismissive about Indy until he realized the TV's from her. And he was like, oh, yeah, she's pretty great. And so he's just happy that they got a free TV.
Well, who wouldn't be, man? 65 inches in your living room. That'd be great.
Huge.
Yeah, after that, or a piano, either one. Piano, TV, basically the same level of entertainment there.
I mean, really, truly, it is.
After that, we've got Austin Theory, and I thought that he was clearly about the job, but then he was fighting a literal jobber, Leon Ruff, who is very good, by the way.
Oh, he's impressive.
His physique reminds me a little bit of Cheeseburger, but if he bulks up just like a little bit, get like some definition to his muscles, man, he's like tall and lanky. But like he moves like Leo
Rush.
Yeah, I was gonna say Leo Rush.
Like
exactly.
His namesake. Like his evasiveness is not just kind of one of the things he does. It's like an important part of his whole wrestling strategy. Like some of the stuff he was doing, I'd never seen before. I thought I was really damn impressed. I thought he was
love
really,
that
really
kind
good.
of stuff. I was really pulling for him, especially against Austin Theory. But Austin Theory nailed an ATL for the win. Then he asked for the mic, and really. So he drops a promo.
They're really insistent on putting this guy on TV a lot, aren't they?
They really are. He calls out Adam Cole, but he drops a general warning to NXT, to the locker room. Says, I'm going to run roughshod over here, even though he seems to eat a lot of L's against actual opponents. Says there's not a damn thing anyone can do about it. Dexter Lumis comes out. And so then they had like a second match.
Yeah.
So that was kind of weird.
Which Dexter Lumis dominated most of it. Austin Theory got some offense in during a commercial break. In the end, though, Theory hits him with a rolling drop kick. Lumis kind of no-sells. Austin Theory tries to leave the ring. Dexter grabs him by the ankle, pulls him back in. There's a little back and forth. Dexter hits an Uranagi, locks in the head and arm triangle. Theory passes out. And pretty much as soon as Lumis lets go of that hold, Grimes is in, hits Lumis with the cave-in, and he's just upset that when he asked Lumis a question last week, he didn't get an answer.
It was really like it was a question that really didn't need an answer. Didn't he ask him?
He asked him where Regal was.
Yeah. Cameron Grimes is great.
Look at his office, Cameron Grimes.
Speaking of a guy who I think has been working out also, so Cameron Grimes, number one, that cave-in was great. I was actually kind of freaked out for Lumis because if he is like a foot higher up, Like, that's Lumis's jaw just dead. That cave-in was great because Lumis was still on the ground, like, just sort of sitting up after doing the thing. And then just out of nowhere, you see this cave-in come in. So Cameron Grimes, he says, yeah, next time I ask a question, you answer. So then he leaves and he goes back up and he kind of flexes a little bit. I'm like, dude, you've been working out, haven't you? Because, like, he looks like the kind of guy who looks like that. I'm sure he works out, but he doesn't have like a great physique or anything. Like, he's not like an Austin Theory who prides himself on that.
He looks like a guy who's just in really good shape.
Right, exactly. Yeah, but doesn't try, He looks like he's been trying lately. Anyways.
Maybe. After that, we had a Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzales interview. They say Rhea involved herself in their business, but Raquel says she's going to take care of Rhea once and for all. And Dakota says Ember needs to get back in the line for a title shot. And then we have a Cameron Grimes interview where, again, he just says he attacked Lumis because he didn't answer his question.
Yeah. And then he said, excuse me, I've got to go to the moon. After that, we had our Burger King moment of the week, which was Damian Priest winning at TakeOver. Then, of course, we had...
There was a prime target. There was NXT prime target about when they did the health update.
NXT fast forward through that.
Broke teeth. Finn has broken jaw. More of an update, I think, after swelling goes down. There was a brief Ridge Holland interview where he pulls up in a Mercedes. And he was asked, why did you attack Adam Cole? And he just says, well, last week I didn't have a Mercedes. This week I do. You can thank Adam Cole for that.
Oh, okay.
So
I
he
totally
was paid
missed
off.
that. Okay. All right. I totally
But then the Burger
missed
King
that.
superstar profile was Damian Priest.
I really wish that part of this integration involved Damian Priest insinuating that his party goes down at Burger King.
Oh, or at least catered by.
I've been so happy that Florida has opened up all the restaurants because now I can eat at Burger King, my favorite place. I had them put in a hot tub there.
Anyways, he talked about having a great party. There were people, food, and drinks. He just listed off the most generic ingredients for a party.
I know.
Nothing salacious. He said at TakeOver he took out
Sadly,
Johnny.
no hot tub this time.
Yeah, I had a bunch of Whoppers there. I had a black bun Whopper, and it made my poo-poo green.
Anyways, he asked Mackenzie who she thinks his next opponent's going to be. She's like, I don't know. I'm an interviewer. And he says, well, whoever it is, they'll get a reckoning.
Yeah, pretty much.
At least he punctuated his promo and just didn't awkwardly look down at his title to stop it.
Yeah, I know. Instead, he just kind of looked at the camera. Reckoning.
So then Ridge Holland comes out, and having seen what was happening already, because I spoiled it for myself, because everybody in every social media sphere that I'm a part of started like saying, oh my God, his leg exploded.
Same.
So I'm just yelling at the TV. I'm like, turn around, man, turn around, get out of there, run. But he didn't do that. He didn't do that.
Before that all happened, though, he had a pretty fun match against Danny Burch. Danny Burch was giving it to him. Actually hit a good amount of offense. It just took Ridge Holland powering out of a crossface, hits his finish for the win. And then Ridge on his way out puts his hat on and kind of just like paintbrushes Burch's head with a little kick. This pisses Burch off. He takes it to Ridge, clocks him, and then Ridge Holland just starts unleashing on Danny Burch. Oni comes out to make the save. He sends Holland from the ring. Ridge gets back in. He beats up Oni some more. Refs break it up. They walk Ridge out. Oni lays him out with like a dive over the top. More brawling. Back in the ring. Refs break it up again. And then Oni hits another planche at the floor, and that's when Ridge is trying to catch him, breaks his leg.
Yeah.
And then, they pretty quickly, the refs, there's like 6 refs out there. You hear Ridge Holland screaming while Oni's on top of him trying to beat him up, because he probably doesn't know they broke his leg. And there's like 4 refs that tackle Oni off of Ridge. And the refs then kind of huddle around Holland, throw up an X, and then pretty quickly we're right back in the ring. Because Oni goes in there and checks on Danny Burch, and we don't really hear anything else about Ridge Holland until they show a replay and they show him being taken out on a stretcher.
Okay, so all right, so this is just from 411 Mania is reporting about PW Insider. So PW Insider has a small update saying there was great concern backstage over Holland. The report indicated that Ridge Holland will definitely need surgery. Per the report, some of the sources compared the ankle injury to Sid Vicious's famous broken ankle from WC. That was a broken ankle? Yeah, I guess that was an ankle, huh?
Yeah, it was just higher up.
Yeah.
I think.
But WWE, as of now, I think, have not released an official.
Yeah, the way it looked, he broke both the bones of his lower leg. So yeah, he'll probably need surgery.
Yeah, it went.
Stabilize that.
Ugh.
That sucks. So we go to the Gargano household. Johnny's there admiring his new TV. He calls in Candace, and we see what he's watching. He's watching the Battle Royal, the Women's Battle Royal from a week or two back, with certain moments highlighted. And he says Indy included a USB drive with the television, and he's like, look how many times she saved you during that Battle Royal. And Johnny's like, I think she's got a really bright future. And Candace says, I'm starting to like her too.
I thought this was a really, if you go back and watch the Battle Royal and they actually had her do this in advance, that is like even if it's like short, long-term booking, that's really impressive. Like, hey, Indy, you're going to save Candace a couple times because in a couple weeks, you're going to be aligning yourself with them.
Or trying to align yourself with them. Yeah.
That's really cool stuff. That's the kind of stuff that I love to see.
Same.
So after that, we had Thatch's Thatch Can life lesson. And today's life lesson is life is going to grind you down until you quit. He says life is full of peaks and valleys. Just when you think you have it in hand, it slips away. So when an opportunity comes to you and then he grabs one of his students, you have to snatch it. He says a man, and of course he's doing the submission thing to the guy. He's like breaking his arm. He says, man is not defined by his losses, but by his determination. Life will grind you down until you quit. That was rad. After that, they had the Ridge Holland replay, and I didn't want to see any of that because, oh, God. Remember on Nitro, they did the Sid replay over and over again? It's like, you guys are just desperate right now, just exploiting this poor bastard and his busted leg because you guys are losing so horribly in the ratings.
I know.
That's not why NXT did it. I think NXT just did it
I think they're actually
to
trying to give an update on what was going on with them.
And it's like you have this big monster out there. You have to show, hey, A, this is real stuff, and B,
it's bad to take him down.
Yeah, exactly.
It has to be bad to take him down. After that, we got Shotzi Blackheart versus Xia Li. Shotzi's decorated her tank for the Halloween. She's promoting Halloween Havoc. This was a pretty quick match. Xia got a little bit of offense in, but Shotzi dominated for the most part. The finish saw Xia looking for a superplex. Shotzi fights her off, dumps her on the mat face first, follows the senton off the top for the win. Afterwards, Boa comes to ringside, hands Xia Li an envelope. She opens it, and then they walk out together.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I don't know. What do you speculate now? Baseless speculation.
I don't know.
What is this?
I don't know.
Tell me.
I don't know.
Take a guess.
I don't know.
It's a note from the future.
Whoa.
Saying, Warren Ridge Holland, don't come out here tonight. And she's like, oh, crap.
Well, that already happened by the time.
I know. She's like, man, you came out too late, Boa. He's like, what do you want? I want to stop off at the Wawa, get a sandwich. Damn it.
We don't have Wawas in the future. AM, PM, bought out all the Wawas.
Damn, COVID took out the Wawas, too. Anyway, we didn't get that Wawa stimulus. Sorry. After that, we had the main event. Rhea Ripley and Ember Moon versus Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzales.
Really fun match.
Yeah, this is really, really good stuff. I love concentrating on Raquel Gonzales just destroying Rhea Ripley at every opportunity. I like how they're building this feud between these two.
Yep, same. Of course, though, Ember Moon, she returns. She had to get that win, and she does. Hits a hell of a eclipse on Dakota Kai to get that W. But just a lot of great back and forth. Rhea was isolated for a while, as you mentioned. Raquel Gonzales beating her up pretty good. The feud they got going between Raquel and Rhea Ripley is pretty good. I can't wait till they have their inevitable singles clash.
Yeah, man. But just like when Ember comes in, gets the hot tag from Rhea.
This goes on a run. It's great.
Her strikes are they look look real. Nothing about them is phoned in. I love when wrestlers take that extra little beat to like make it look like it, like it actually is doing something. Too often we get. Go ahead.
Adrian C says, I'm rewatching the Women's Battle Royal at Indy. Totally saves Candace multiple times.
I love that stuff, man. I love that. That's great. Yeah. Dakota Kai hit that chiropractor on Rhea. God, that's a great move, too. There's a lot of really fun stuff in this match.
Yeah,
anyways, there's also that very, what's the word for this? the pop-up power bomb that looked like it could have gone really bad.
Yeah, I know. Ember kind of stumbled when she made the catch or something like that.
I think when on the pop-up, Dakota Kai, her forward momentum was a bit too much.
Yeah,
and so she had to like go back a little bit
to the side a little bit. Yeah,
but that eclipse, they gave it. I said this earlier. They gave it a couple replays. It's a beautiful
fantastic.
move. It's a beautiful move. So yeah, like you said, Moon hit the eclipse on Dakota Kai. I don't know. I have Raquel here. Dakota Kai for the win. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Fantastic stuff. Great match. You want to answer some questions? Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. I got a thread right here on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. We've got some new Fall Guys gameplay today.
That's right.
With you and me. We're on Road to Crown. We'll see if that ever happens. But
are we ever going to play Rocket League again? Or are we done with that now that we got our W?
I think we got 6 solid episodes of that in. What we should do, I think I actually had this done. Our first win, cut from the from Friendo Fest, cut that into its own video. That'll be the finale. We'll be done with Rocket. I love playing Rocket League.
Yeah, I love playing Rocket League.
And I'm not saying we can't. Maybe on the 13th when we do the next Tuesday.
Good.
We're gonna do the thing. We're gonna have live on the Twitch at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern.
Correct.
We're going to be doing like a couple hours of some gameplay.
Game stream stuff.
The Friendo Arcade is coming back.
Friendo Arcade, yeah. So we'll spend 3 hours or so playing games with friendos like you did on a 24-hour stream, just not for 24 hours.
Yeah, for 1/8 of that.
Yeah.
Yes, my math is correct on that. All right, let's go ahead and...
Alex C has a question. How about Ciampa pivots into the Holland position and becomes the new leader of Fish and Strong against a face Cole and O'Reilly?
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
4-inch Fox. Hi, guys. With all the current injuries happening in NXT currently, will there be a chance that officials will tell their talent to have a softer style of wrestling, or will the new developmental talent be pushed through? So there is an interesting line of thought on... We reference this account multiple times throughout the last couple of months, but Rovert's Twitter account, so do to... And he seems convinced that there is something amiss with the PC and how they're training their wrestlers, because Performance Center wrestlers, when they come out, are prone to this kind of thing. And I have not looked into this myself to see if this is valid or not. But you know, it's something to keep in mind, to consider. He also made the point of analyzing Ty Conti pre AEW and post AEW, or now that she's in AEW, and he's noticed her in-ring work is a lot more crisp these days than it was when she was in NXT.
I seem to recall, and I could be way off base here, but Finn Balor did an interview like with Men's Fitness, talking about his fitness routine. I think it was that. But I think I could be way off base. My memory is crap now. He's talking about how not the in-ring training, but the physical training in terms of weightlifting and stuff routine. Like he thought made him, it was somehow he thought he was maybe related to when he hurt his shoulder, essentially.
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder, because I mean, one thing that is clear as day is that when people we've talked about it literally several times, one time on this episode, when people come through the Performance Center, they end up looking amazing. They end up looking so much better. And the NXT in-ring stuff, in terms of the storytelling and psychology, I still think is second to none. Like when you know, my short time there, and you've seen it on TV whenever they've shown this, them going over these matches and having the time to develop them from a story perspective is outstanding. I wonder if there's an issue with the fundamentals of their wrestling in ring, the move sets, the moves themselves. I wonder if there is some sort of disconnect, and I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's entirely possible. Like the Ridge Holland thing, the injury last night, he was trying to make the catch and it just didn't have his base under him. That how much of that is chalked up to training, inexperience, or just kind of dumb luck. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not a wrestler. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something to keep an eye on, I guess. I don't think that they're going to ask them to change up their style, though. I really
no. I don't think so either. I don't think so either.
The Rain Trigger asks, what are your thoughts on a team like the Hybrid 2 making the jump to NXT since AEW doesn't do anything with them apart from last week? Well, there's an interesting dichotomy there because it seems like the Hybrid 2 and Jack Evans was upfront about this when he said, we're not very good at pitching. And if AEW is the land where wrestlers, it's on them to a degree, and I think to a large degree, to chart their own path, to pitch things, to say, hey, this is what I'd like to do. I have this idea. And Tony Khan will say, great, run with it. If NXT is the place where you don't have to worry about pitching, you have to, just be a killer wrestler and they'll come up with the ideas for you. Maybe a place like NXT would be better suited for them.
It's entirely possible. Entirely possible. What do we got here? Doc Linderman's Dain and Drake's offense needs to be Dain using Drake as a human weapon as much as possible. Yeah, that finish is pretty great.
So Rob here mentions Casey Catanzaro. She almost left allegedly because of concussions. Stacey Irvin Jr., he left because of concussions. Xia Li, Aaliyah all got hurt in some fashion after their first time on TV, but that's a small percentage of WWE's bloated roster, according to Observer.
Let me see if I can find that Finn Balor thing, because I thought he mentioned.
Didn't Anthony Bones, wasn't he the guy that didn't he get concussed when Authors of Pain?
Yeah, powerbombed his tag
Authors of
partner
Pain were purely PC guys. They had injury problems too. Brandon Monroe says, with Ember seemingly being a face, would you have preferred her to be a heel? And if so, what type of heel? I think that it's a smart move to have her just be herself. And if she's going to be a heel, just be herself with a chip on her shoulder. So no, I don't necessarily think I would have preferred her to have been a heel. I think maybe more of a chip on her shoulder could have been good. I mean, after 14 months gone.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, this is a good question. James Fletcher, what are you more disappointed in the way WWE uses their tag division or AEW with how they use their women's division? For me, it's the women's division. Let's see here. Old Man Marcus. So someone hired Ridge Holland to beat the piss out of Adam Cole. Who is the most likely suspect, and who do you absolutely not want it to be? I mean, the most, just given the way that it went down on TakeOver, it'd have to be Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish. That's what I would think. As for who I would absolutely...
You froze on my end.
Oh, I'm frozen? Sorry. I'll come back. I promise. He says, who would you absolutely not want it to be? I would actually want it to be the Finest, Kona Reeves.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe that guy.
So there's a GQ interview that Finn did. Where it's just more he's talking about not doing like heavy squats, deadlifts. Talks about his shoulder. I swore he thought he mentioned this in here. Oh, maybe.
Wolfpack for Life says, should Otis be drafted to Raw so Mustafa Ali can take that briefcase to make up for his loss at Money in the Bank a year ago?
Oh, that'd be great.
What a great idea.
That'd be great.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it wasn't Finn. I swore, maybe, gosh, who was it? I can't remember reading someone said something about the training at the PC. But maybe it's those things I imagine. So
no, it sounds familiar. It does sound familiar. And I mean, there might be something to be said there because training to look good versus training to perform well physically, those are clearly going to be two different things.
It could be two different things, totally.
I mean, it's totally. It's somewhat analogous to, it was very interesting during the Jordan doc to hear his physical trainer talk about, well, now when you're getting into baseball, it's a completely different thing. You think some people might think, well, athletic is athletic, and maybe way back in the day. But when you're at the level of a Michael Jordan, it's a completely different thing.
Well, if you're a level of any professional athlete.
Yeah.
You have to train specifically for that sport. Like baseball especially, there's a lot of fast twitch muscle response that you rely on as a hitter to be successful.
Yeah.
Something that's not necessarily, something that you'd utilize in basketball. I would think for wrestling, just as much as being strong and looking the part is a certain degree of flexibility. But I think when you get too big, too bulky, you might be inhibiting some of your flexibility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wolfpack for Life says, should Ember have a new finisher? The Eclipse is cool, but not good for her health long term.
I understand the point, because that's a lot of impact on the spinal column when she's, doing the full flip in midair and then landing on her tailbone every time.
The thing is, if you limit the number, that's the problem with having the heavy WWE schedule as opposed to what they have now.
Yes.
If all she has to do is bust out the Eclipse three
Once
times a
week.
month,
Yeah.
then probably no harm, no foul. I do agree that maybe she can have like a signature or a secondary finisher that she could use that might be a bit easier. I love that bit where she like did the little slide into, I think it was Raquel Gonzales, grabbed her and did like a sort of a sitting flatliner.
Yeah.
I thought that was
great.
rad.
That was great. Fear and Loathing, Leon Ruff signed a new deal and unlocked level 2 moveset. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you see the PC, the new Performance Center class, it was all Evolve people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gareth Nicholas, how many Twitch subs would it take for y'all to wear matching Going in Raw tracksuits? Man, if we got them, I'd wear them all the time.
I just need the suits. I'd wear that shit. Hey, winter's coming up, man. So I'll be walking around here with like sweats anyways.
Yeah,
let's
same.
look into it. Let's look into some
All right.
matching. That'd be cool.
Tracksuits, good.
Yeah.
Jorge D with Wade Barrett saying he is not done in the ring. Who should he get into a feud with at NXT?
Adam Cole. That'd be rad if Wade Barrett was the guy who hired Roderick Strong and Bob Fish. That'd be cool because you have one like classic NXT guy against like the longest reigning NXT champion.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be really cool.
That would be cool. That'd be really cool.
Wade Barrett is a big dude, though.
Yeah, he is tall.
He's really
like 6'5",
tall.
something like that.
He kind of belongs on main roster, to be honest with you. Let's see here. Oh, I didn't even realize this. Yellow Tanker. Ember Moon's got new music.
Yeah, I heard that. It's a bummer because I loved her old
It was
song.
great. Yeah, her old theme music was fantastic.
Yeah.
This is a great question. Moses Supposes says, with the Gargano way not working out, how long until we try the Luray way? That's what it should be called, man. That's what it should be called, the Luray way.
I know.
That's a good one, Moses Supposes. Let me hit up the Discord and see if we got any questions over there before we call it a show. Now I have her old theme music stuck in my head.
Oh, it was great.
Dr. Steve Winters. I know gimmick pay-per-views are doo-doo, but if NXT were included in this month's Hell in a Cell, who would you like to see in the Hell in a Cell match? There are literally zero, maybe Rhea and Raquel, but otherwise it's all set up right now.
Yeah, no.
Like everything, there is nothing. There are like Austin Theory versus Jake Atlas versus Tommaso Ciampa, I guess.
All right, here we go. This is what I was thinking of for the Finn thing. I finally found it. It's that same GQ interview. That's what he said. I know when I first came to WWE, I was about 185 pounds. A different coach at the time had told me that I need to put on 20 pounds to be in this company. Being a rookie was just coming in the door. I wanted to follow the rules and abide by the system that was in place. I put on 20 pounds within 8 weeks, and I felt terrible. I couldn't run the ring. I was blowing up fast. Couldn't do any of my high-flying stuff. It affected my technique, my stamina, and my training. I just said, I'm not doing this anymore. Slowly, I started to lose weight and came back down to where I was comfortable, about 180, 185, and now I feel great. Nobody asked any question, any complaints about my performance or my physique. So granted, that was when Finn first came in. That was years ago. Probably a whole new group of people, running things. But if earlier on in this interview, he talks about someone else, another trainer at the PC, where they were telling him that when you leave the gym, you should feel better than when you entered. Don't beat yourself up too much. So
yeah.
Hopefully that's the attitude now, not so much, hey, you got to get huge.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously purely speculation on my part. But, it'd be interesting to take a look at the talents that have come through just through the Performance Center with no indie training beforehand and see, how that all turned out. Mm-hmm. Pippas says ratings are out. AEW total viewership 753,000 with a 0.31 in the demo versus NXT with 2.5 million viewers. Whoa!
That's not true.
639,000.
Oh, I wonder how much the debate affected those numbers.
I don't know. The fly on Mike Pence's head is pretty damn funny, though, as was his decrepit eye.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
Alex, Mike, come here. I'm going to cough in your eyeball. Alex Foster. As happy as I was for Ember, I was a little sad the mystery person wasn't Bo Dallas. How would you book him upon his return? A tag team with Kona Reeves.
That'd be good.
You got a Bo Reeves.
There you go. Cyfixia, seeing Ember Moon back in NXT. Which wrestlers should also go back to NXT on the main roster, and also which wrestlers should go there that hasn't been there before? Kevin Owens should go back. Yeah.
That's always all right. That's until that happens.
Who should go to NXT that was never there before?
That's a good question. Oh, Randall Keith Orton.
AJ Styles.
That's good too.
Diehard Homer, a restaurant wants to create 2 going-in raw meals. Steve, what is the going-in raw pizza? Larson, what is the going-in raw sandwich?
Oh, wow. I would do this. I would, having never even had it, because it's become such a part of recent going-in raw lore, I would officially license the Shaq-a-Roni from Papa John's. So it would just be a pizza with tons of pepperoni, but the box has Shaq's face on it. And even more important, when you open the box, there's a picture on the cardboard of an iPad with Shaq's face on it.
That was just the image you had in your mind of what it was actually. That's what was in the commercial.
That's what it was in the commercial.
Oh,
you open the box, there's an iPad in there. So that would be the going in. But there'd be a little word balloon that says, "Hey, Steve and Larson, this is Shaq Daddy with a Matt Chat question." That's the going in raw pizza right there.
All right, this is what I got. This is a sandwich I made once. My wife made some homemade barbacoa, and it was outstanding.
Okay.
And I made the sandwich, and it was like the best sandwich I ever made at my house. It was so dang good. Essentially, it's like a torta. So, but I'm gonna panini press it, so you get some crunch on there.
That's good.
You have some of that barbacoa. You got some mayo with like some hot sauce on it, some guacamole, some pickled jalapenos. You toss on some greens, maybe a couple slices of tomato. Oh man, that's what it is.
Okay, sounds good. Let's see here. Tyler Woodward. So with Ridge Holland injured, do you think they'll postpone the Undisputed Era story? Yeah, I don't know. Are they going to pivot to like a different benefactor? Is there going to be
going to have to pivot
like an even bigger, like a guy? Somebody paid Ridge Holland.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not going to be Strong and Fish, but somebody will have paid them as well.
Yeah, they're going to have to pivot to something if they want to. I mean, they'll just can it. It's like, I'll just send them up the main roster. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anthony, power rank the costumes that Robert Stone will show up in, or you want him to be in for Halloween Havoc.
He needs to show up as Shotzi Blackheart. He needs to. That's got to be his costume to try to get in her head, but she just runs him over again. Let's see here.
Go ahead.
Alex C. Oh, it's Alec. What's he doing in Discord? That's weird. He says this'll sound weird, but do you not think Bobby Fish and Roderick Strong doesn't sound right as an Undisputed Era pairing? Literally any other fits better. Yeah, no. So I loved, of course, Redragon. I loved Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly. I loved, wasn't it? It was Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly at one point, wasn't it? Or was it Adam Cole and Roderick Strong at one point?
It was, for a while, it was Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, and then Adam Cole had to sub in for somebody when they won the titles. It was Bob Fish. So yeah, because that was a match where Roderick Strong turned on Pete Dunne.
Okay. So it was Kyle. No, I agree. The worst combination is Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish. Absolutely, I agree with that. So no, it doesn't sound. It sounds weird. Cole O'Reilly was for one match before Strong joined. Okay, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Anyways, that's going to do it for the show. Twitch chat, stick around. We'll hang out for a little bit. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. Enjoy tons of bonus videos, including patron-only live shows, gameplay, and vintage 10 for the wins, access to podcast question threads, the Friendo Care Package, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson.